Hey guys, SKNY 1996 here. I know it's kind of, not kind of. I know it's late right now in my area, but it might be the next day in some other countries. Well, we're not here to talk about time zones. Anyway, as you can tell by the title of the video, I just want to say that I'm really sorry that you guys had to see a video of me about wishing why I didn't have autism. A lot of people who have autism are mostly proud of it. And some people who have autism wish they didn't have autism, but your wishes don't really come true in life. No, that stuff just happens like in TV shows and movies. But I could imagine if wishes could happen in real life. But we're not here to talk about me imagining stuff. I'm here to apologize. So once again, guys, I'm really sorry you had to see me in the video about me wishing why I didn't have autism, because wishing doesn't solve anything. This is something that I have to live with for the rest of my life. I'm glad I deleted that video because, the video that I made, well, it just wasn't worth it. It just wasn't worth it at all. This is something that I have to live with for the rest of my life, no matter how old I get. I'm almost in my 30s, and those of you who may be born in the 2000s or 2010s, you guys are also like almost in your 20s and 30s. Well, in your 30s and 20s. Well, you know what I mean. If you were born in the early 2000s, you're almost in your 30s as well. And if you guys were born in the 2010s, then you guys are almost young adults and almost in your 20s. And then when you're 20, well, when you're 18, you can vote and get tattoos and also get your own hotel room. And when you're 21, you can drink. Well, even though drinking is bad, regardless of whatever religion you are. Even if you're an atheist, that's somebody that doesn't have a religion. But anyway, I'm sorry you had to see me make that video about why I wish I didn't have autism, because I thought I thought having autism wasn't fun, because it's because when people ask me questions, I don't know how to answer their questions. My parents have to answer them for me until I can answer it myself. But I had to delete the video. It just wasn't worth it. I can no longer say I don't have autism, or I wish I didn't have autism anymore, or whatever else the case may be, because this is something that I have to live with for the rest of my life, no matter how old I get. And if you guys have autism just like me, and if you say you wish you didn't have autism, well, you know, you can imagine that your wish can come true, but you know, it's not going to happen in reality. This is something that you have to live with for the rest of your life, no matter how old you are, whether if you're a minor or a young adult, or even an adult who's now able to drink, even though drinking is bad for you, regardless of faith. It's another word for religion. But anyway, yeah, really, guys. Once again, I'm sorry you had to see me make that video about why I wish I didn't have autism. You know, it, I thought it was worth it, but since I deleted it, it wasn't worth it. It just wasn't worth it at all. This is something that I have to live with for the rest of my life. Now, there was this user who was inspired by me. He made this video about why he wished he didn't have autism as well, because he basically agreed with me when I made the video. But I told him that I was sorry that I had to delete the video about why I wish I didn't have autism, and it was something that I have to live with for the rest of my life, no matter how old I get. So guys, if you're still not happy about having autism and you wish you were like all non autistic individuals, wishes do not come true. This is something that you have to live with for the rest of your life, no matter how old you get or how old you are. You know, you just have to live with it. Maybe your parents and some other family members might agree with you, but then there are times when they'll mostly disagree with you, because they will say, you can wish all you want, son or daughter, but Wishes don't come true in reality. That's just in TV shows and movies. You have to live with your autism for the rest of your life. So yeah, you can wish that you didn't have autism all you want, but you know, this is something that you have to live with for the rest of your life. So to those of you who have autism, just like me, and if you wish that you didn't have autism, and if you wish there was a cure for autism, well, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. And I don't personally think there's going to be a cure for autism. I don't think anyone is going to be making any cures for autism. And even if there was a cure for autism, I wouldn't know if I would be interested in taking this cure or not, you know? Because, like I said, living with autism is something that we all have to deal with for the rest of our lives, no matter how old we get and no matter how old we are. So anyways, guys, long story short, I'm sorry you had to see me in the video about why I wish I didn't have autism, because I thought it was worth it, but since I deleted it, it just wasn't worth it. It just wasn't worth it at all, because this is something, like I already said to you multiple times, that this is something that we have to live with, that and we're also going to be living with for the rest of our lives, no matter how old we get. So I hope you guys forgive me. Even if you don't forgive me, that's fine. Alright guys, so that's all I have to say for now. This is SKNY1996 signing off. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and have a good night.